It is official. The game is full of babies. Crybabies, that is. Ego thoughts. It's going to be fun. Listen, I made a video about Canelo Terence Crawford. You can enjoy the content. You can be on the fence about it. You can hate the content. Literally, it doesn't matter. I do my job. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. In the video, I was basically giving my opinion on, oh yeah, that's right, my channel about the Canelo Crawford fight, which led to a lot of comments getting it, but there were also some comments that said, oh, you hate Crawford. Why do you hate Crawford? This, that, and the third. So now I'm going to spend some time out of my day on this brilliant new year, the first week of the brand new year, to address this. First of all, I don't hate any fighter. It takes a lot of energy to hate anybody. I got to do. So I don't hate any fighter. The expressions, opinions, and beliefs on my channel are that of my own. This is what I believe. I don't care if you agree. See, I'm bringing it back for real men, the true alphas. A real man doesn't really care what the public says, how they react. I truly don't. The only reason I'm making the video is because I get paid for it, and I'm a content creator, and I feel it's something that maybe people want more thoughts on from me. That's it. If I wasn't a YouTuber, you wouldn't even get a response because I really don't care. Only reason I'm doing the response now is because I feel enough people have said something similar to that, so I'll address it on my channel and get paid for it. No more, no less. I really don't care. I don't know if you guys didn't understand in 2024 when I said I don't care, but 2025 and beyond, it's only going to get worse. Because if I didn't care last year, I'm for sure not caring this year. This has nothing to do with hating Terence Crawford. I don't want to see what I don't want to see. It's that simple. And I think there's better fights out of there that I rather see. You know, it's almost like ordering a pizza. I don't expect everybody to leave a comment and want to order the same pizza. You dig? Like, some people, they don't eat pepperoni. Maybe religious belief, or maybe they don't eat meat, right? So therefore, if your favorite pizza is pepperoni, then guess what? You're not going to want to eat a pepperoni pizza if you don't eat meat. Common sense. Again, some people don't eat pork, so why would they want pepperoni if they don't eat pork? And it's ground pork and beef. It doesn't make sense. So maybe you like a cheese pizza. Maybe you like a veggie pizza or chicken Alfredo. Who knows? But that's up to you. Me, I'm entitled to it. I don't really care about the fight. I told you I would, if they fight, they fight. You know, I don't get in the way of fights. If Crawford gets the Canelo fight, somebody left a comment which was insane, and it said something to the effect of, I'm scared. I'm scared that Crawford might get the fight with Canelo. What on earth runs through some of y'all minds? Why would I be scared if Canelo fights Crawford? Honestly, I need to know your train of thought, your logic in saying that. Like, what does it change for me? And the funny thing is, boxing fans are so fickle where I gave Canelo the business, and I continue to do stuff for not fighting David Benavidez. But I give Canelo the business. The Canelo Chupapi Muñeños, they get mad at me and say, oh, Ego, you hate Canelo. Now you're saying that I support Canelo and I hate Crawford. So this is, again, more of the madness why you shouldn't care what people say. On my channel, some people have said, all you care about is black fighters. You only big up black fighters. But then when I say something about Devin Haney and Bill Haney, then the Haneyacks say, I hate black fighters. So again, this is precisely, it doesn't even make sense. I don't know about anyone else because I'm not in charge of any other channels but this one. So I don't know what other people do, but I know my G-files are straight. That's why I never trip. I don't care what people say about me. Do something about it, you know? So anyway, regarding the Crawford-Canelo fight, I'm just not a fan. And here's a great question. If you believe that I'm biased towards Crawford or partial to Canelo or whatever you believe, because I've already told you there's this big variance in what people seem to believe that I believe in. It's like, and it's funny because it gets to the point where being an online personality, it comes with the territory because people tell me how I feel and what I'm going to predict and what I would have done in imaginary situations, which is funny reading stuff about yourself online and it's from complete strangers. People who have never shook my hand, don't have my phone number, never met me, probably won't ever meet me, right? And they're telling you how I think, not using my own words or things that I put out. It's FUBAR. But I digress. I got a question. If you believe that I'm hating on the fight or whatever, cool. But I challenge you this, and I want to see how many people can actually do this with something that I've said. I got thousands of videos on this platform online, right? Name a time, a specific time where a fighter was going to move up 2 divisions, preferably 2, but I would even settle for 1 division. They hadn't cleaned out the division that they're in, and Boxing Ego was thrilled about it and said, yeah, that's a good idea. For example, when Kell Brook, so basically, realistically, mint chocolate right hand brownie. I got my fight with Triple G in the chocolate right hand brownie, right? When Kell Brook announced he was fighting Golovkin, what was my reaction? Because that's a perfect example. He was a welterweight. People wanted to see Kell fight the top welterweights. Pacquiao at the time, Keith Thurman at the time, Errol Spence at the time. You know, those names. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, again in a rematch, something like that. They wanted to see those fights. He didn't fight those guys except for Sean Porter and moved up 2 weight classes to middleweight to fight Triple G. What did I say about that fight? When Amir Khan hadn't cleaned and fought some of the best names at welterweight and then he moved up to Canelo weight, 155 to fight Canelo, what did I say about that, right? When people were talking about Errol Spence when he was undefeated at welterweight, moving up to fight Canelo at whatever, 160, 164, these different weights. What did I say about that? And so on and so forth. So you guys can say whatever you want. When you know what you do and what you say and what you're saying is pure, it really doesn't matter. But that's my challenge to you. All the people that think that I'm begrudged against Crawford or whatever, the better question is, name a time where the person didn't clean out the weight class and I was like, yeah, this is the fight that needs to happen next. Like when Jermell Charlo moved up to fight Canelo. I didn't want to see that. And I said that on my channel, right? Because you're the man at 54 and he actually cleaned 54, but he bypassed 160 with no fights at 60 or 68. So why would I want to see that fight at 68? So if you do the knowledge, then you'll realize that everything I say is fully backed on the channel. This is why I don't want to see Crawford. If Crawford fought a guy at 168 or 2 that was of note, Morrell, Benavidez or something, to show us that you could do anything with anybody. Fight in Billy, anybody, you know what I'm saying? At the higher weight classes, and then maybe we could talk Canelo. But to have one fight at 154, not get a stoppage, look more human, you know, end your knockout streak with Madrimov, and then move up 2 more divisions to fight a Hall of Famer, because Canelo for sure will be a Hall of Famer at this point, you know. it just doesn't make sense to me. Weight classes exist for a reason. When people were saying Floyd should move up to fight Triple G, I said that was stupid. So again, you guys can say whatever bullshit you want, but the proof is in the pudding. You can't name a time, and if you can, let me know. Remind me about me, where I said a person who hasn't cleaned out their current division should move up 1, preferably 2 weight classes and fight a top dog up there. The only times where, to me, it makes sense is if you clean house and you're pretty much the consensus number 1 person in your division, and maybe move up 1 division. Andre Ward, fighter I know, fighter I respect, great career. That's the gold standard, right? Where he did the business at the previous division, 168, proved that he was a top and the best super middleweight, beating Edwin Rodriguez, Carl the Cobra Froch, Mikhail Kessler, Abram, Saki Obika, all these names. And then when the time was right, he did 2 tune-ups. Then he fought Kovalev in the new division, 175. Or Usyk, same kind of thing. Showed that he was the man at cruiserweight. Then he already won the World Boxing Super Series in champions' backyards, right? Going to Russia and all these places. So he fought in his op's backyard. Then he beat and knocked out Tony Bellew, who had just beaten David Haye twice by knockout at heavyweight. And to boot, he knocked out Tony Bellew just to put an extra icing on the cake, cherry on top. Then he moved up, took 2 tune-ups. It was supposed to be Tyrone Sprong, but he failed a VADA test. So they brought in Chaz Tablespoon, beat him, had a tough fight with Derek Chisora because he was still acclimating to the division. Then he started fighting Joshua's, Furies, and Dubois. That's boxing. That's how I've always felt, and nothing has wavered, nothing has changed. So you guys could say goofy stuff about me, but my track record speaks for itself. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Name the time where you heard Boxing Ego pitch and push for a person who ain't really done at their division or ain't clean house to move up 2 weight classes. So it's not even anything against Crawford particularly, but some of you guys are bums. So you tried to put smut on my name and make it sound like the stuff I'm saying don't make sense. But I assure you, you ain't got enough stamps in your passport with young Boxing Ego when it comes to this boxing talk. So I'm not really worried about it. But Ego Thoughts, hopefully I gave you guys something a bit more. See, this is the difference between me. I give you real boxing conversations. There's a lot of people that jam out quick 2 and 3 minute videos, low quality content just to rush and get something out. And people are stuttering, stammering, and it sounds like people are reading cue cards or just reading articles and stuff like that. And the game is looking watered down because you're not really saying anything. Me, I take the time with the content. I know I'm a wizard with the words, right? So I put it in a way that if you understand the English dialect, you understand what I'm saying clearly. I'm not stuttering, stammering, and tripping over my sentences. It makes sense. I know I have good audio and good visuals to go with it. So I'm the best in the business. Nothing against Crawford. I just don't really care about the Canelo fight. I want to see the Benavidez fight more. Hopefully I did a good job in this video. Let me know if you disagree or if you agree. Again, if you want to see Crawford Canelo, good on you. But just like I said with the pizza analogy, I don't really give a what type of pizza you like. I'm telling you what I like.